Hello everyone, this is Professor Alex Martin. I'm here at AMBJJ with my good friend, longtime student, Code.
Everybody.
So today we're gonna talk over some things like very kind of exciting and interesting what they have been done for over this past year, to help him in his jiu-jitsu journey, right, Code? Tell us a little bit about when you started jiu-jitsu, what's the change you had to make to actually be where you at today. So talk about it, explain to us, and kind of share with us. So and our people and myself would love to hear about.
Absolutely, yeah. So I officially started jiu-jitsu 4 years ago. It was October of 2019. But really, the story starts way before that. My whole life I struggled with my weight. I have a very unhealthy relationship with food, and I was never very active. So I spent years overweight, and I had no self-confidence, and I was just really coasting by. I was very content with kind of mediocrity, really. And then in 2019, January 2019, I remember the day clearly. It was January 1st. I stepped on the scale and I was 375 pounds. And that's the
Wow.
most I've ever weighed in my life. And I remember I looked at the scale, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I looked at the scale, I looked in the mirror, and I said, this is it. I said, I need to make a decision now. And the decision is either going to be I do something about it or I give up. And those were the two options. And that was it. So I decided to do something about it, and it wasn't easy. I had made the decision a million times before and never followed through with it. That year kind of started the same way, and then August of 2019, I discovered intermittent fasting, and I started doing that, and it was something that really worked for me. I started losing weight, and at that point, October, I realized, hey, this diet's great, but I need more than that. And I had been really into jujitsu for a long time. I'd been into MMA forever. Started watching UFC in high school. My uncle was a brown belt, and he was always trying to get me to do jujitsu, and I would always make excuses not to. So finally, I went online and I just bought a gi. I went online, I bought a gi, and I said, now I have to freaking show up somewhere.
Yeah.
My plan was going to be to just look at a bunch of gyms in the area, in the DFW area, and go to each one until I found one I liked. Another day I'll remember, October 22nd, 2019, first gym I tried out was Alex Martin's Jiu Jitsu. I was met with Lacey was the first person I met, and then
Amazing.
Danny, shout out Danny. And I was just met with so much love on those first days. And I struggled through my first class, but I was just encouraged and helped the whole way. And I signed up. I never tried another gym. I signed up before I left that day. So that was, I remember I don't remember, my first day, before I came to class, I was so nervous. I posted on Reddit,
Yeah.
on the jujitsu subreddit, and I said, like, hey, I'm really overweight and I'm starting jujitsu and I'm really nervous about how people are going to accept me. And weirdly enough, Reddit was also like super loving
Yeah.
and encouraging. And I was like, all
It's a
right,
huge community, they
I'm going to do
support each
it. Yeah.
other. Yeah, that's
So,
amazing.
yeah, and then I came here and it was just love poured onto me. And I knew this was a place for me. Now
Awesome.
it's been 4 years and I'm a purple belt and I lost 150 pounds. So,
150 pounds.
yeah.
You see, my friend, that's what we're talking about the huge change by, he had a lot of sacrifice on the food wise, but man, for the doing jiu-jitsu every day, he could be doing jiu-jitsu, but he wanted to look for himself and better, be away from the medical issue. So how many pounds you lost? Like
150 total. Yeah.
150 total.
Yeah.
That's incredible, Cody.
Thank you.
That's insane. And here at the gym we have a huge program. 3 classes a day. He every time you have a chance, he come and either one of the classes to make himself to part of the team, part of the community. And it's very interesting when you started jiu-jitsu, like you say, you wrote something there, and a lot of people, send a lot of messages actually encourage you.
Yeah.
It's like a very, very, it's very inspirational. It
Yeah, the
inspire
community
people.
is
The
very
community,
uplifting. If you're
yeah,
willing to put in the work, you're going to be
yeah,
met with
absolutely, yeah.
love and acceptance.
And talk about a little bit about and when you're starting, you feel like a lot of kind of adversities and a lot of
Yeah.
challenging daily challenge, and work, some like daily challenge. How you overcome like mentally and physically try to be in the room like a bunch of savage like pushing you,
Yeah.
right?
So I am naturally not very competitive. Like I never did competitive sports growing up, and like my natural drive isn't to really be competitive.
Yeah.
So it was a weird transition to come here and like see people who were just like pushing themselves, and really the first big thing I realized is like the encouragement. And Elver was, I remember my
Yeah.
first day. Elver was like, "Don't worry about everyone else. Like worry about yourself. Do what
Yeah.
you can do." He stayed to the side of me and he showed me how to do stuff. So that
Yes.
that helped kind of ease that mental burden.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, it's really, it's not like it's been an easy journey. You know, there are many
Yes.
days where I
Yeah.
wake up and I want to go get
Okay.
McDonald's or
Yeah.
whatever and
Yeah.
stay home and play video games and do nothing. And there are days where I give into that. And I
Yeah.
think that a big part of it was realizing that that's okay sometimes. I think throughout like pre 2019, my problem was I would like try to start something and then I'd mess up once, and then it became like I messed up, I'm worthless. There was
Wow.
no like,
Wow. Wow.
it felt like I was lost cause at that point. So
Yeah.
kind of realizing that just because you might have one bad day doesn't
Right.
mean that you have
Listen.
to continue that pattern. The next day is a brand new day where you can just start again.
Absolutely.
You don't show up today, show up tomorrow, and the mats will still be here, and
Absolutely.
everyone will still be here.
Yeah.
And if anything, they'll be like, "Where were you? Why weren't you here yesterday?" And yeah,
Yes, yes, we always push, I
yeah,
ask, all the coaches and professors and the teammates always kind of will hold you accountable, so, see here at the gym, we ask about you, hey, where have you been? So we always try push each other and talk about it and about your life off the mat as well. And yeah, tell me about when you actually change your kind of like through the hobby to become more like a lifestyle. Like
yeah,
I have turned this my lifestyle means I had to be a two times or three times or four
yeah,
times out of the week be at the gym and push myself a little bit. We do all respect to the limit, I don't
yeah,
push you limit every
yeah.
day because otherwise you're gonna break you fall apart. But tell me about when you kind of mentally you're like, well, as much as I'm showing up, as much as I show up, I will growth into the sport. So when this changed for you, what time where you feel like was when you got a blue belt or when you started get to your next rank? When this was changed for you?
Honestly, I think for me it came pretty quick, like pretty early on, because I'm relatively new to Texas. I moved out here in 2017, and I do have
Nice,
like friends and stuff through work, but I didn't have a community outside of that. So I think part of it was like finding a community right away where I could push
nice,
myself. I
nice.
was also food wise in a pretty good mindset when I started here, so I saw the result. My weight
Right
started to
away,
fall off, started
amazing.
melting off of me. So pretty quick, I was like, "Oh, this is like where I need to
This is
be. I
it.
need to show up,
This
even
is
if I
it.
get beat up every day. I need to be there." And then outside of like the obvious, I'm losing weight. There was just like another side of it where it's my confidence is growing, and I feel like for the first time in my life, I have any level of self confidence and self worth, and that really manifests itself outside
That's
of
nice.
jujitsu. So it's there's like the
Wow.
Musashi cliche of like if you know the way
Everything.
broadly, you see it in
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah. Very helpful. Yeah, yeah,
Huge for
amazing.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, throughout this journey, I went from at my job, I worked there for a long time, and I was a fine employee. But as I lost weight, I got more confident, and people started seeing that, and I got promotions, and I'm
Insane.
engaged now. I
Amazing.
met a girl, and we got
Mega.
engaged, and like
Yes.
I am, yeah, I mean, a
That's
completely different
insane.
person than I was in 2019.
Amazing. Yeah, that when you see also, as I've been professor and then teach you for so many years and see your change your lifestyle is incredible, man. I'm very proud of you
Thank
because
you.
it's kind of sacrifice a lot. Say I'm not going to do this and doing that the right thing. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of encouragement, a lot responsibility. You know what I mean? And I mean. I just like so thankful what jiu-jitsu have done for you and your diet and everything. And on top of everything is actually what you had to do it yourself. No one is gonna take responsibility for you, but
Yeah,
you took
absolutely. Yeah,
responsibility to
it's
say, no,
on you. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. And then it's such inspiring. If you watch this video, if you watch us talk about his journey, jiu-jitsu journey, it's so inspiring. Imagine like
Yeah.
over 150 pounds you lost and you're losing weight tremendously weights. So and be healthy, be so happy, confident how the way he is. It's like a very inspiring, very like a motivate everybody. Everybody around of him is all look very motivated about the Kody. Around the Kody, we
Thank you.
always like very motivated and very kind of overcome everything. Like anything is tough for us. It's just we can talk to him gonna be like nothing compared to what he already have done on himself, like over, over this past years and month. It's incredible, and congrats, man. Congrats
Thank
once
you.
again.
I
This is
appreciate it. And
incredible.
thank you for everything. Yeah,
You're
I
welcome,
really
brother.
appreciate it.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. So just my last advice for you guys is if you're around it, Dallas, come see us. We have a huge program, at the 6 a.m. class noon and in the 7 p.m. as evening. So join us, and make something for yourself and change your life for better. So you're here for do that, right? Thank you, Cody,
Absolutely.
once again.
Thank
You
you,
want to
Professor.
say anything for everybody out there?
Yeah, I guess my last thing is as much as I've grown as a person and as much as I love the sport, a big part of what I want to be here more than a competitor is I want to be a good teammate. And I when I first started here, I was met with love and encouragement, and I try to be that for other people. So if you show up here to a night class, there's a pretty good chance I will be here. Come talk to me, and I will try to love on you and get you on the mats, and yeah, man, just show up. It's the best thing you can do.
Amazing. That's all right. He's a amazing guy, an awesome guy to actually encourage you. No matter what going through the day, when you step on this mat here, we're gonna see someone like to actually hug you and ask about what's going on during the day. So and that's what we're supposed to do as a teammate, as a friend. Thank you, Cody, once
Thank
again,
you,
man.
Professor.
I'm proud of
Appreciate
you,
it.
brother.
Thank you.
Very proud.